It's just literally non-stop cast after cast. Oh, I better get up front. Oh, Eric, we're doubled up again. Look at this,
Look at this, it's just crazy.
Crazy. Look at the size of these things, man. Wow.
Get yours in, Eric.
Trophy white bass.
Oh, this is a blast.
And you know what? This is fun.
This is the beginning.
What's not to love about Devil's Lake? Big body of water, 220,000 surface acres of water. Devil's Lake is a closed drainage basin, and it's one of only two in the United States, the other being the Great Salt Lake in Utah. What that means is it's nothing more than a big low spot where all of the water that lands within about 350 miles ends up here. The lake has gone from about 25,000 acres in size to over 200,000 acres in size. And that's created a rather unique fishery. Flooded roads, flooded railroad tracks, all that stuff holds fish, structures, houses, barns. There's more walleyes and perch in the lake right now than there ever has been. There we go, get in the boat, get in there.
Nice job, man.
There we go.
That's a good way to start off the morning.
That's
just got
nice
here and you pop a nice fat, tasty looking North Dakota Devil's Lake walleye.
That's about the perfect eating size too, Eric. That's it's not so big that you feel guilty keeping it, but it's big enough that it's got a nice fillet on it.
About a year ago, I had the opportunity to fish with Johnnie Candle, and he said, you know what, Eric, you gotta make the trip up to North Dakota to come fish with me on my home body of water in Devil's Lake. And I looked online at Devil's Lake, and it was just amazing to me to see how this lake has quadrupled in size in the last like 10 years. This lake just gets bigger and bigger every year. And all this flooding just brings in fresh nutrients, and it's just so fertile for growing fish here. Apparently that's why they have great natural reproduction here and such a wide variety of fish, is all this fresh water that's coming into this body of water just keeps cranking out and producing fish after fish. There he is. There.
Oh, got him. I'll get a net for you, Eric.
First fish on the new, here he is right here, Johnny. Another nice little eater. I'll take that guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come here, buddy. Come
there you go.
Here. Yeah. Ready? All right, well, there you have it.
Perfect.
My first North Dakota walleye.
It's a nice
Devil's
one too.
Lake walleye. And that's such a great eating fish right there. Fat, chunky little fish. Just fishing the thin fisher blade bait Johnny's got me using here. I'm on the board, man.
Perfect, nice job.
I'm a big fan of fishing blade baits. Basically, it's just a metal, thin blade bait here, and what you're doing is you're just ripping it. It's kind of like a rattle trap. You can fish it a lot of different ways. You can cast it out and reel it in, or you can fish it vertical and just rip it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pitching it and ripping it, and it's got a little snap on here. I'm fishing 12-pound test fluorocarbon leader. I've got a medium action Veracity spinning rod right here, spooled up with 15-pound nano fill. Fluorocarbon leader, thin fisher, Veracity rod. That's all you need to catch them out here. Want me to grab the net, buddy?
Yeah, I think so. This feels pretty good.
All right, nice job, man.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
Nice job. You sneak in here.
There we go.
Right.
That's another one for the frying pan, huh?
Put 3 in the boat, short order, absolutely.
Devil's Lake is such a tremendous fishery that I can come out here and live bait rig, or troll crankbaits, or cast crankbaits, or pitch jigs, or vertical jig with blade baits and jigging spoons like we did today. There's very few other places on the planet where you can do all of that stuff. But we have a little bit of everything here at Devil's Lake. Ooh, nice fish, Eric. Nice fish.
Grab the net here.
Yeah. Ready?
Yes, sir.
It's a nice one.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, get him. There we go.
Right,
there we go. Woo.
It's a nice fatty.
Now we're talking.
I've fished a lot of structure in my life, but when you want to talk about actual structure, we were fishing a bridge. Not were we just fishing underneath the bridge. We were fishing virtually on top of the bridge. You could see the water flowing over the top of the bridge, and that bridge beneath the surface of the water created a big eddy. And with that current flowing through there, Johnny had us right on those walleyes.
That's one I think, Eric, we're gonna throw that one back. That's getting up there in that range.
No problem.
Makes sense to put a fish back to let him grow.
There he is.
Oh, I got a net for you, buddy.
What do we have here? Something like a pikey.
Does it really matter?
No, it doesn't. You're right.
Doesn't really matter what they are. Can you get them around that motor?
Another pike.
Oh yeah, another pike.
Devil's Lake pike.
Oh, they got some guts to them, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Lots of action.
They don't quit, man. They just don't quit.
You never know what you're going to catch, especially throwing those thin fisher blade baits.
Exactly.
There were times, 15, 20 minutes, where we didn't get a bite. And he said, just be patient. Bam, bam, we started hooking up again. So, you know, just listening to the guide when you go out there, when you go fishing a new body of water and just trying to understand what happens on new bodies of water is one of the most important things when you're going out fishing.
Oh, there we go. There we go, Eric.
Nice.
Another white bass. He hit pretty close to the boat.
Another tanker, man.
Look at that thing. You can hardly lift them up with a fishing rod. They're so big.
Oh, looky, looky. What do we got going on here, Mr. Candle? I'm thinking that's another big old white bass. Man, they fight like saltwater fish. All sorts of fish going on. It's just nuts right now.
Every time you make a cast, you got a fish on. Another nice one, too.
There's another one. It's just non-stop action. They're hammering it too. Are they aggressive fish when they eat it? That is fun.
Devil's Lake is very unique in a sense that it has many different species of fish, but you can catch them all on almost identical tackle. We didn't switch up much today at all. Once we got on the blade baits especially, today I think we had as good a day as you could hope to have. And that's just because of the strength of the fishery here in Devil's Lake.
Here we go. Another one, Johnny.
Yep.
Another perch. Ooh, nice one, Johnny. It's a big one.
Oh, there's a Devil's
big.
Lake jumbo.
It's taking drag, dude. Look at that.
That's
Grab
a
that
perch
net, dude.
taking
Grab
drag.
that net for a perch.
Perch taking drag.
Look
Holy
at that
cow.
giant jumbo perch Johnny got me on. Oh, yeah.
Get him, Eric. Get him. Look at that. Woohoo.
Look at that tank. This is so much fun. Come out to Devil's Lake.
North American Fisherman is brought to you by Peak Antifreeze, right for your car and your wallet. Peak, run true. By Trilene, anglers trust Berkeley Trilene. By Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. And by Abu Garcia, for life. Coming up, we head farther north in Quebec with former NFL star Gary Anderson. This is North American Fisherman. The province of Quebec is so large that just by riding in a place overhead, you can see what appears to be two different worlds in a matter of time. The northern areas of Quebec are decorated with huge rock formations resulting from glaciers millions of years ago. The area holds ancient stories and secrets. It also holds unbelievable fishing. Former NFL all-time leading scorer Gary Anderson fishes all over the world, but he's never had a chance to see any place like this.
This natural phenomenon behind me has got to be one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about the tidal flow. As a young boy growing up in South Africa, I learned in geography class, and I've always remembered that the largest tidal flow anywhere in the world is a place called the Bay of Fundy, which isn't too far from here. But the locals claim that this, in fact, has the Bay of Fundy beat. The difference between high tide and low tide is more than 40 feet in this area.
Land formations unlike any place on Earth. Crazy tides that dictate when you can fish. And icy, icy cold water.
Go on.
In that icy water is one of the most treasured fish in all the North. The Arctic char.
Oh, this was just unbelievable. Came across this big rocky island. I'd love to know how many millions of years old this island is. And I've never done anything like this before. Just got out of the boats behind us here and I started to walk up that rocky cliff, and I caught a nice big char almost in every pool. It was just the greatest watching them from that high up and just looking down into that crystal clear water was just really special. Now the challenge is, how do I get down there to land him? Can we get down there, Willie? There we go, Willie. Good job getting down there. Grab it. Nice, eh? Oh, what a beauty. Good job. So what was that, Willie?
Yes, skin is very clean.
Yeah?
This side is different.
Yes.
See, come up here, sometimes an otter.
An otter?
Pike in the, yes.
Wow.
Pike.
And he managed to get away, huh?
It's still coming good, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, if he got away from an otter, we need to let that guy go. This may be the highest rock I've ever caught a fish on in my life. I'm gonna go try that again. Just the remoteness of this place. I mean, when you look in every direction, I mean, from what I understand, there was a herd of caribou on this hill behind us early this morning, and I think you could stay here a lifetime and you'll never see another person. It's just, I love that feeling of going to a remote place to catch fish. Oh, I was amazed by the way the strike, they were so violent on the strike, and the other thing that I've been amazed at all afternoon is their endurance. I mean, you'd fight a fish for sometimes 10 minutes and he was fighting just as hard until you got him right in the net as when you hooked him.
Nice little chaw, couple pounds, 2 pounds maybe. Go and grow up a little bit.
The thing I'll never forget about this fishing trip up to the Arctic Circle is the remoteness and the vastness of this land. And I'll also never forget about this tidal fluctuation. I've never seen a place in my life where the tide goes up and down about 40 feet from high tide to low tide, and your entire fishing trip is completely 100% controlled by this tidal fluctuation. I like this place.
Quebec is a dream destination for many anglers. In other parts of Canada, they're well known for their giant northern pike, their salmon, and walleye. But in Quebec, the key is variety. I'm Laura Shera, and this is North American Fisherman Clubhouse. Fishing Quebec is like fishing saltwater in a place like the Florida Keys. There are so many different kinds of species to fish, and that means so many places to experience. It's amazing this far north to find so many luxurious lodges and outfitter camps.
Up next, we head back up to Quebec with the winners of the Fishing Club's Ultimate Trip Giveaway when North American Fisherman returns.
Hi, I'm Marty Austin. I'm the grand prize winner of the Quebec Ultimate Destination Giveaway. Tina and I have been up here in Quebec for 10 days and we are having a ball.
My favorite part of this whole trip is catching that northern. It was so much fun.
I love Canada. I would recommend to anybody to come up here and take the fishing trip of a lifetime. I never thought in a million years I would win this contest, but we did. And now we're big believers of Canada fishing. We love it up here. We'd come back in a heartbeat.
At Taggart Bay, we have a very easy access to Lake Kippawa, the north end part of Lake Kippawa, and that's where there's only a few outfitters, no private cabin, just a few outfitters. Naturally, it's very exciting for us when our name is chosen by the winners to come to Taggart Bay. It's always a big plus to get new people in the game and get more people up in Canada. Western Quebec has always been known for his great walleye and northern pike fishing. We try to have the best of equipment, the best of cabin for them when they get here, and all of this in the natural surrounding of Lake Kippawa.
I would recommend this as a husband and wife getaway or even a family trip. It's all beautiful. You'll have a great time. We love it up here.
always a beautiful day on the lake. It is gorgeous.
Larry Squillis is a retired dentist. He moved from the city to the far reaches of northern Minnesota because of its pristine lakes. These days, instead of protecting teeth from invasive cavities, he's inspecting lakes from invasive species.
I don't see any spinies.
No, I don't see any spiny water flea.
Larry is one of 20 members of the White Iron Chain of Lakes Association who volunteer their time to test the water quality of area lakes and look for signs of aquatic invaders.
We need to protect these waters, that they won't stay the same unless people do something about it.
This time out, they're searching for evidence of spiny water fleas. This microscopic insect actually competes with small fish by gobbling up zooplankton, the fish's main food supply.
The spiny water flea will impact the food web and also ultimately the fishing, because it does have a tendency to shift the regime in a lake.
It affects the fishing, it also affects the property value of their property, and they are all property owners.
So far, there is no evidence of spiny water fleas here, but a lake that is infested is dangerously close by, and that's got everyone worried.
Spiny water flea, it kind of scares me because it's so easy to transmit it.
I've come to realize that we need to make people aware of the importance of inspecting their equipment. You know, drain off the water, drain the water out of their boats, out of their bilges, changing their bait bucket water, and if they would also let everything dry.
Because once they're there, you can't do anything about them, very little. They're here to stay.
The integral part that boaters and anglers play in this continuing saga is all part of the never-ending battle with the silent invaders. North American Fisherman is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Quebec, providing emotion since 1534. Berkeley Gulf, alive, looks alive, feels alive, tastes alive. And by the North American Fishing Club. Still ahead, the battle that keeps you in knots. And this year, it's personal. Fan favorite Knot Wars continues when North American Fisherman returns.
Welcome to Knot Wars, where we pit two fishing knots head-to-head in a competition of strength. Now, we're in the midst of a great line-to-line battle. And this year on Knot Wars, it's personal. Because not only are we pitting the fishing knots against one another in competition, we're also setting up battles between the anglers who selected those knots. Now, we've asked the staff and hosts at North American Fisherman to tell us some of the line-to-line knots that they really like using. And this year, as always, we're using Berkeley line for all of our knots. We're using a 14-pound Trilene XT, a 15-pound Trilene 100% fluorocarbon, and a 14-pound Fireline. Let's get started. This week's battle features the J-Knot, coming in to challenge the Uni to Uni. Now, one of our hosts, Tyler Capella, selected the Uni to Uni, and our executive producer, Brad Hatzel, selected the J-Knot. Let's get you started by showing you how to tie each of these, starting with the Uni to Uni. Overlap the ends of the leader material and main line about 6 inches. Take the tag end of the main line and bring it toward the middle to form a loop. Then, using the same tag end, make 6 to 8 turns through the loop and tighten by pulling on the tag end. Repeat steps 2 and 3 with the end of the leader material, and after moistening, pull the standing lines in opposite directions to slide the knots together. There's the Uni to Uni. Now let's show you how to tie the J-Knot. Run the leader parallel to the main line for several inches and tie a simple overhand knot with the doubled line to form a loop. Next, run the tag end of the main line and one end of the leader around the bottom of the loop up through the center. Repeat the process 2 more times, then moisten and tighten carefully. And that's how you tie the J-Knot. The competition is all set. Let's go find out who's this week's winner. Now, here we are at the Berkeley Knot Wars machine. We've got our Uni to Uni knot here on the right and our challenger, the J-Knot. Let's see which one's gonna hold up against the pressure. Oh, the Uni to Uni knot goes down against the J-Knot. That means the J-Knot is moving on next week to our championship round. And the knot that was selected for the championship round as the challenger came to us from Thomas Allen, an editor at North American Fisherman magazine. And that knot is the blood knot. So tune in next week to find out which one of these knots is going to be the line-to-line champion. If you want to learn more about any of the knots here at Knot Wars, just head on over to our website, or better yet, download the Knot Wars app for your smartphone. Knot Wars, because no good fish story ends with a broken knot.
The following products have been field tested and approved by members of the North American Fishing Club. Become an elite member of GPSHuntFish.com, and you get access to the best-in-class hunting and fishing maps for your phone, tablet, or computer. You get unlimited access to satellite images and topo maps in US and Canada. Complete with 5 1/8-ounce 4/0 jig heads and 5 Berkley split belly swim baits, the Berkley Schooling Rig has everything you need for a fully equipped umbrella rig. To find out how you can become a field tester or have your products tested, visit fishingclub.com.